Hey, what's up guys? Kevin here from Snowboard Pro Camp. Welcome back to Gear Week. And in this video, I want to share with you guys what I think is the perfect beginner snowboard, the Capita Horoscope. So the Capita Horoscope, it's got all of the features that I think a beginner should have. You don't necessarily have to get this board, but there are many boards out there that are just like this one that I think would be perfect for a beginner. The first feature I start with the beginner snowboard is the price. I think the price should be very low. Below $350, I think is a good starting point for a beginner snowboard. The reason you want to start at a low price point is that you're really not going to make use of all of the expensive tech that goes into a more expensive board. So you might as well pick up a snowboard that is lower on the price scale. That way too, if you have any crashes, if you ding it up, it's no big deal. Also, the great thing about getting an inexpensive board is that if you decide that you love snowboarding and there's one specific type of riding you get into, then you can buy your second snowboard, which can be more in tune with your style of riding. So the next feature of this board, and what I think makes for a good beginner board, is that the board under and between your feet is either flat or has a mellow camber. So the reason I think flat or mellow camber is good is because it gives you stability while making turns. The easiest way to understand what camber is that the center of the board is the highest point away from the snow, and then as you go in either direction, it starts to lower. This feature will just keep your snowboard in contact with the snow, giving you more control and stability through your turns. The next feature, which I think makes the perfect beginner board, is rocker towards the nose and tail of the board. Rocker basically means that the edge starts to lift away from the snow as you go towards the end. And this rocker feature will just simply make the board more catch-free when you go to make a turn. You're gonna be able to make your turns a little bit quicker, and as the turn comes around, you're gonna be less likely of catching your tail as that turn comes around. The next feature to look for in a beginner snowboard is that it's easy to flex. So this snowboard here, the Capita Horoscope, the flex rating is about a 3, which makes it pretty soft, easy to flex. I think that's important to have a soft flex because as a beginner, you may not yet have the technique down to flex it without really having to use your strength and your muscles. So having a softer board will just let you flex the board easier without having the technique perfect. As you improve and become a more advanced snowboarder, then you can get into a snowboard that is stiffer, and because you've built your technique, you're gonna be able to flex a stiffer board. But when you're just starting out, definitely check out a board that's a bit softer. It'll just make the board more fun, more flexible, and allow you to do more things with it. So finally guys, the reason I said I thought this was the perfect beginner board, but maybe not the perfect beginner board for you, is that you want to find a snowboard that has a top sheet that you like, so that when you look down at your feet, that you see a board that has the style that you like, that matches you. If you like the look of this board, I think this one's a good one. But if you don't, I'll also put a few links in the description to some other beginner boards that you might like the style of better. And then one bonus thing guys, when you're looking to buy your first snowboard, the easiest way to find out the size is to look at the size chart that is online with most snowboards. It'll tell you your weight and then which length of snowboard matches your weight. Also with your boot size, that's important. If you have larger feet, then you need to get a wide board. And if you don't, then you're good with the regular board width, but that's something to think about as well. Awesome guys, so I hope this will help you for finding your first snowboard. If you have any questions, definitely hit me up in the comments. I'll also put a link to the beginner snowboard playlist. There are tons of videos on there to help you on your first day of snowboarding. Have fun out there riding guys, and I'll see you in the next one.